In this video, I'm going to explain what an uptrend is in the stock market. Very simply put, an uptrend is when the stock price has been going up. And it can be looked at from many different perspectives. So right now on my screen here is a stock chart. This is for Amazon. And if you look here at the bottom left side of this stock chart, this is where the stock price started. And by the end of it, it's up here. And so just in general, an uptrend occurs when the price has gone up. And so down here, this is this price point. Clearly, this is around 130 or so. This clearly is lower than where it is over here when it's up near 185 or so. And so that's one way you can kind of visualize if a stock is in an uptrend. Is just look at the shape of the chart, and if it's going from bottom left up to top right, that is the sign of an uptrend. Now, uptrends can take many different shapes, many forms. They can be on different time frames. So right now, this particular stock chart is a daily chart where each price bar represents one day of price activity. But you could look at uptrends on much shorter time frames. Let's say just within one given day, like within this price bar right here. If you were to break this down and look at the price chart just on a 1 minute interval, for example, where each bar represents 1 minute, you could see an uptrend within that scope, within that chart. And so there could be uptrends on 1 minute charts, 5 minute charts. Any chart that you look at could reflect an uptrend for whatever period of time that is. And they can come in different shapes and forms. This particular chart here, this is there. You can see there's the overall look of this chart is an uptrend because from bottom left to top right it goes. But you can see along the way there were a lot of different kind of patterns of price activity. So you can see right here this was kind of like a strong uptrend right here, and then right here it was flat. And so, if you look at the overall picture, clearly overall this went up. And so that could be said to be an uptrend. But along the way, there were periods that were not, the sub periods may not have been considered uptrends. And so in general, when you're talking about an uptrend in the stock market, it could mean many things. And so in general, it just means that the price is going up. Now, why do people care about a stock that is in an uptrend? Well, part of the reason is because there's an idea that if a stock is moving up in price, there's some sort of benefit or reason to buy the stock in hopes that it might continue the uptrend. So in other words, the kind of operative part of the word there is trend. So if it's uptrending, it's in a trend of going up, then an investor may want to invest in that stock to join in on the trend and reap the rewards of the direction that stock is going. So there's a lot of science and data behind whether that's necessarily a good investing strategy or not. And that's one of the things that we offer here at Stock Market Guides is we bring we bring data to the table and show whether or not it's something that really is of value, whether there is a historical precedence that justifies investing in a stock that's in an uptrend, and if so, under what circumstances. So that's certainly one of the values that we offer here. Now, how do you identify a stock in an uptrend? So we talked about how you can just look at a chart. There are some other ways you can identify stocks that are in an uptrend. You'll see that I have a Keltner channel here. This Keltner channel consists of these three lines right here, and we have a separate video and a separate article on our site that explain Keltner channels. But in general, if the price activity, like if the price bars are above the middle line, kind of in the upper channel of the Keltner channel, then that is representative of a stock that's uptrending. And so you can see there's some periods where it goes below, but for the most part, the price is kind of hanging out in the upper channel. And so that's one way to see a stock that's uptrending. Another way is if you see that the price activity just in general is above the moving average line. This blue line that's kind of part of the Keltner channel display is actually a moving average line. And if the price activity is kind of consistently above that line, that is only, that by definition would only happen if the stock is uptrending, if the average price is going up. So that is another way to identify a stock that's in an uptrend. So there you go. That's what an uptrend is in the stock market. If you have any questions about uptrends or about just the market in general, you can contact us anytime. Our email address is support@stockmarketguides.com.